Have you ever wanted a tablet that had a large, beautiful display, a pen input, a 9000 milliampere battery that will last you for days? Well, in today's video, we're going to check out the brand new Redmi Pad 2 4G. Not only does it have all of those features, but it also has the option of connecting to a mobile network, which means you'll never be disconnected wherever you are. This is TK and this is the Redmi Pad 2 4G. Let's check it out and see what makes it so special. Like and subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're always notified to whenever we have new videos for you on the channel. I want to start off by saying thank you very much to Redmi for sending me this entire package. The tablet itself is the Redmi Pad 2. There's going to be two variants of it, one with and one without 4G. It is powered by HyperOS or Xiaomi's HyperOS operating system, Dolby Atmos for audio, quad speakers. And the model that I have specifically is the Redmi Pad 2 4G model. It is a 4G LTE connecting model. As I mentioned to you guys at the beginning, a large 11-inch 2.5K crystal clear display, a 9000 milliampere battery built into that device, of course. Advanced Helio G100 Ultra with 4G connectivity on this model. Again, there's the one without if you just want to get the Wi-Fi. And of course, quad speakers for immersive sound, and that is going to be the Dolby Atmos experience that we talked about. Now, they were nice enough to include also a screen protector. The tablet itself does not come with one, and this is actually a glass protector made directly by Xiaomi for the Redmi line of devices. So definitely nice to see first-party glass protection. And they include everything that you need, the wet and dry wipe, the cleaning cloth, as well as a large sticky pad to be able to remove any kind of dust. And of course, last but not least, is the glass protector itself. They do include one inside here, and it does come with the tabs on the side. Very easy, and a small cutout for that camera in the front. Now, the next two accessories are very nice. We have the Pad 2 cover. This is a nice little folio case style for the actual tablet. And of course, the Redmi Smart Pen is returning with the functional options for the tablet itself, paired over Bluetooth. The case itself is very nice and pretty much fits the exact experience, opening in the back directly for the camera. And of course, we'll be able to see the 8-megapixel f2.0 camera that we have here, a single camera sensor on the back, the Redmi moniker on the top, and of course, a nice clean slate. Now, if you want to open it up, it's pretty straightforward. It is a folio case, which means it actually kind of bends over and becomes a little bit more like an origami experience. The case itself does cover all of the corners, 1, 2, 3, and 4, although only the top part is covered entirely, and that's also where the SIM tray is going to be present in here. Let's go ahead and let it focus in a second there. Now, the SIM tray is present in here, so let's go ahead and pop this piece off right here. And this is going to be where you'll be able to insert the SIM card to be able to use it. There is no eSIM functionality, but there also is an expandability for the storage. The storage that I have here is a 256 model, but you can get the 128 and add up to 2 terabytes of external storage with an SD card. Definitely very nice. Volume rocker, one of the microphones. Let's go ahead and put that on there. Now on the side, you can see here the Dolby Atmos, the 2 speakers, the power button. On the bottom, we pretty much have a clean slate. Now on the right side here, we have the USB-C, the headphone jack. Yes, we do have a headphone jack and SD card support here, and the 2 additional speakers, making this a quad speaker experience. So when you're using the actual tablet and watching content, you can turn on the display by pushing the button, allowing it to center. And just so you can see, I am connected over mobile data as well as Wi-Fi, and we have voice over LTE. If I swipe down on the right side, turn off the Wi-Fi connection, and let's go ahead and go back. You'll see here that it does pick up LTE signal in the US. And inside of my house, I actually have pretty decent 3 bars on this. Folio works pretty much as expected. You can fold it in tri-fold in the back, set it up, and it'll sit up standing this way. Or you can also put it a little bit more lower. And let's go ahead and allow it this way so that you can actually have a slightly better view, as this actually works a little bit better for the video. But for all intents and purposes, at least for what we're doing now, we're going to go ahead and keep it more of a flat experience. The pen works over Bluetooth, and it does actually need to be charged over USB-C. And you can see here there's a little LED indicator allowing you to know exactly when the pen is fully charged. There's a couple of button configuration to set it up, and we do have the Redmi moniker right there on the top. Once you pair it, the device will automatically connect to it. There's no way to magnetically connect it, so this is one thing to keep in mind, that you do need to charge this separately. So the charger that we have included in the box is essentially a European plug charger. It does have a USB-A to USB-C connector. That's also the cable that's included, and you can use this to charge your tablet with the 9000 milliampere battery, as well as your brand new Redmi Pen. As I mentioned to you guys at the beginning, this is powered by HyperOS. Version is 2.0.100. That's the current version that we have in here. The device name here is the 4G model. This is the Redmi Pad 2 4G. The Redmi Pad 2 will be a little bit less, and that's going to be more of the entry level, around the 169 pounds from what I understand. This one has 256 gigs of storage, and it can start from the basically a lower configuration for the better price point. But remember, you can always add that additional storage at the top. It is running on top of Android 15 out of the box, which is definitely appreciated. We have pretty much all the customizations that we normally have with HyperOS, you know, security features, Wi-Fi 5 gigahertz is supported in here, mobile network again, since we are connected and using a SIM card. Now, the nice thing is that it actually does support dual SIM configuration, although only one SIM can be used when you're using it with the SD card. You can turn on mobile data, and it did configure automatically once I connected my T-Mobile SIM here in the US. You don't necessarily have to turn on data roaming unless you're traveling, but if you do, that may help you when you're outside of the US. Interconnectivity, lock screen, display brightness. The display that we have here is rated to be an 11-inch display at 2.5K, and it does run at 90 Hz refresh rate. That's the maximum refresh rate we're able to get. You're able to customize the color scheme here. You can go in from vivid, saturated, or of course, standard mode. I love keeping it in vivid. That's the default one. And then the refresh rate is by default set to be on smart mode, or essentially the recommended mode, where it allows it to actually go between. But if you want to keep it at the larger level, you could just go in, change that configuration directly to 90 Hz, and that gives you the ability of locking it in and allowing it to run at the maximum. Again, 9,000 milliampere will not damage this device as far as battery life. But when we're talking about that G100 Ultra, that custom-made chip, and the main thing about this processor is that this is an entry-level budget type of a processor used on devices like this. And the reason we're mentioning this is starting point is about 169 pounds. If you think about the fact that you're getting a large display, beautiful 2.5K display with 90 Hertz, 9,000 milliampere battery, all of the configurations that you're able to accessorize with, the pen, you can buy that as a separate accessory, the case, the screen protector. Really, Redmi is providing us a very a la carte experience. And the Helio G100 Ultra supports that experience. Again, 719 on the single core, 1923 on the multi-core. Now, after using this for the couple of weeks now, I've been traveling with this. I took it with me to my trip to Paris recently. It absolutely works fantastic. I installed Crunchyroll on this, of course. We have Netflix installed. Watching content, I think, is going to be the primary function in here, but the nice thing I also like here is the fact that we do have a pen input. And that means if we want to be able to write something in here, let's say here, well, actually, you know what? I didn't mean to do that here. We're going to delete that guy out. We're going to go back here and we're going to say, you can definitely notice here that there is a slight delay in the experience. It is connected over Bluetooth, but it does have a touch sensitivity that you're able to kind of write very thin, very thick, and it actually does respond to the tip of the actual pen itself. Now, the two buttons that we have on the actual tablet allow us to do a couple of things. If I basically press and hold and tap on the screen, I can start using the pen functionality. This is, again, what we were looking at to be able to start using and saving there. If you want to be able to do maybe smart selection, you can just basically press the top button, and at this point, just highlight exactly where you want to be able to customize. You can save it, start over, recreate it, and edit the different shapes, and then change the different experiences that you have in there. I like the fact that we have some functional options built in directly to the Redmi Pad, as well as the fact that the pen is a nice complementing option. Now, when it comes down to the camera experience, we have two cameras. So we have the 8 megapixel on the back and then 5 megapixel on the front-facing camera. Now, I do have it at the bottom here. Sorry about that part. And mostly because I wanted to prop the actual tablet itself for us. We have photo, we have video, we have document. In video mode, 1080p 30 frames per second is going to be the best resolution we're able to get on both of those. There's not going to be, unfortunately, any kind of 4K experience. The Helio G100, again, is more of a budget-style processor. And 1080p is going to be, you know, I would say probably fine for video calls and, you know, just basically taking, you know, your casual selfies or even taking some pictures with it. It's not going to be the best performer, but again, at the price point that this is coming in, this is really more intended for content consumption, media consumption, and enjoying having a long battery life on a beautiful large display. And I like the fact that we do have the cameras that allow us to actually experience that. So using the tablet for video shouldn't be a big surprise. Obviously, front-facing camera, main sensor on the back are going to give you some of the best experiences. When it comes down to the G100, again, 1080p 30 is going to be the maximum you're getting. When it comes to connectivity, 4G LTE, not the fastest connection, at least for me in LA, in the LA area on T-Mobile. As you're seeing right now with the screen, it's okay. It's okay. For what you're doing, for streaming content, it's not going to be a problem. For uploading pictures and stuff, it's going to work perfectly fine. Conversely, just so you know, because it does have a SIM card, if your SIM card supports voice, meaning your normal phone SIM card is inserted here, you're actually able to receive and make phone calls from it. So it's definitely very nice, and do video calls. So that also helps us very nicely. But the experience is capped at 1080p 30 frames per second as you're looking at here. This is a slightly overcast day here in Los Angeles. So I'm hoping as the audio and video sound and look good, the main camera on the back, again, even though it's an 8 megapixel camera, is very much a mirrored experience. Great price, great experience, long battery life, very much focused on connectivity and basically being, mobile. So again, 9,000 milliampere with a nice large 11-inch display, high quality display with a refresh rate. And although this is a pretty bright day, the display gets bright enough for me to be able to read it outside, even with my glasses that have kind of like a dimming effect that go in there. So there was no problem reading it in an experience like this. Hopefully this is a good example. Let me know what you guys think. Again, the experience echoes, as you saw there in the video, it is a 1080p 30 maximum resolution. In good lighting, you should be able to get a pretty decent experience. And again, general video, for conference calls and stuff like that, I think it's going to work perfectly fine. And I think now we just move on to testing the speakers that we have in here. Volume at 100%. We're playing our favorite song, Alex Crindo Jumbo by NCS Release.
Jack it up.
Definitely sounds pretty decent, loud enough for us to be able to enjoy content. It doesn't sound very bassy, but it does have actually a nice full experience because of the fact that we have quad speakers in here. When you're holding the tablet in the center, the speakers won't get blocked, and I think that's a very nice design that we get in here. The overall experience when it comes down to just general usability and functionality, I think this tablet is going to give you the longest battery life, a very nice power efficient processor, a very decent experience with the 90 Hz refresh rate, which is again above 60 frames per second. But it does help us get that experience of having a long battery life, especially when we're talking about an LTE modem that is built in here. Now, you don't actually have to have the modem on all the time. You can turn it off when you're using it at home in Wi-Fi mode and turn it on when you're traveling. So to summarize the experience on the Redmi Pad 2 4G, the main thing I'll probably say is just you have to make a big decision about which one do you want. Do you want 4G or do you not want to? If you start off with the standard model, which is the Wi-Fi model, you're going to be able to go down to about 170 pounds, not euros, sorry. There again is pricing in Europe because this is available wherever Xiaomi products are sold. So as you saw there, the plug that we have in here, the accessory is a European style plug, so it's not going to disappoint. The other thing I'll probably say overall is keep in mind the performance that you're getting in here. This is a budget tablet, which means at its core, it's trying to give you the longest battery, the best display, and the largest display it can without compromising the experience of what Xiaomi's HyperOS is able to do. And I think this tablet does it a decent job. It is not going to be the snappiest tablet on the market. There's a little bit of stutters here and there. But when you're watching content and loading movies and you're just sitting there enjoying them, again, either via Bluetooth or even using a wired headphone, which is definitely very nice. Also, you can load up your own content on here with an up to 2 terabyte SD card, which is, again, very unheard of nowadays, especially when you're talking about tablets, or at least in the market. So I think the actual tablet itself makes a perfect case. The decision of going with and without 4G is going to come down to is, do you want to use this tablet on the go, and do you have a data plan that supports it? In the US, at least on T-Mobile, it does pick up a 4G LTE signal, which means it actually does work in the US if you want to be able to use it. The G100 is a very power efficient processor, and it's intended to give you a long battery life. And it, again, as I mentioned, it's an entry-level type of a processor. So what I will say is this. Thank you to Redmi for allowing me to check out the brand new Redmi Pad 2 4G. I love the fact that it has a 4G LTE connectivity, which makes it very nice, very portable. You can give it to your kids, a family member in the car when you're traveling. You don't have to worry about connectivity and having to turn on your own hotspot. It can run on its own package. And for me, at least on T-Mobile, I have a 2 gigabyte package that runs on my tablet, which works perfectly fine for this. And it absolutely works very, very nice. You can download content, load up content, do everything that you want. You can do probably some general gaming. I probably wouldn't say that this is going to be a gaming focused laptop. Again, this is mostly for content consumption, basically consuming content that's online. And of course, downloading content from, let's say, Crunchyroll, Netflix. You can download, Dragon Ball Daima, Solo Leveling, all the different One Piece, if you'd like to be able to download as many One Piece seasons as you can. And it will last on long flights and so on. So for me, it worked absolutely fantastic. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think of the brand new Redmi Pad 2? Do you prefer the standard model or the Wi-Fi model or the 4G model? And at the end of the day, with the price point that we're looking at here, with the expandability and the options that we get in here, it's really hard to miss. Like and subscribe as usual. Thank you very much for the support. I will see you in the next video.